Before you give up, pause for a moment, because maybe this is the exact point where your life is about to change. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. They quit not because they are weak, but because they do not see how close they are. In Shaolin teaching, there is a saying, the last step of the mountain is always the steepest. Think about that. When you are climbing, the beginning feels easy, but the closer you get to the top, the harder it becomes. Why? Because that is where most people are tested. That is where life checks if you are worthy of what you are asking for. Right now, you may feel like you have nothing left, no energy, no support, no reason to continue. But what if I told you the fact that it hurts so much is the clearest proof that you are close? Pain does not come to destroy you, it comes to prepare you. So, before you give up, listen, because what you are about to hear may not just change your day, it may change your entire life. There is a hidden law in life. You are always tested hardest at the edge of your breakthrough. This is something I learned in the Shaolin temple, but also something you can witness in your own struggles. Think about the moments when you almost quit. Wasn't that the same moment when everything felt the heaviest? The body tired, the mind screaming, the spirit questioning. It is not coincidence. Life designs the breaking point to separate those who only wish from those who are ready to transform. When I was training, there were times when my legs trembled, my lungs burned, and I could barely stand. The master would look at me and simply say, "Stay," just one word. Not because he wanted me to suffer, but because he knew if I could stay one more second, I would become stronger than the version of me who wanted to give up. That is the wisdom most people miss. The moment you think, "I cannot take any more," is exactly the moment when you must hold on. Your life works the same way. Maybe right now, you are tired of relationships that broke you. Maybe you are frustrated with money not coming in, or with opportunities that always seem to pass you by. Maybe you look at your own reflection and feel shame, regret, or emptiness, and every thought whispers, "Stop, give up, nothing will change." But listen carefully, those whispers are not truth. They are the test. Life is asking you, do you really want this? If your answer is yes, then you must show it, not with words, but with action. One more day, one more try, one more breath. The Shaolin way is not about avoiding pain. It is about using pain as the fire that forges you. Just as steel must go through the heat before becoming unbreakable, you must go through your trial before becoming who you are meant to be. If you quit, you will never know how close you were. Think about the seed underground. For weeks, it looks dead. Buried in the dark, nothing moves. But inside, unseen roots are forming. And then, at the exact moment when it looks like nothing is happening, it breaks through the soil. Your life is the same. You might not see results yet, but something is forming inside you. Something is preparing to break through. The worst thing you could do now is stop watering the seed. The worst thing you could do is give up when you are only one step away. So remember this, the breaking point is not your end, it is your test. If you can survive the breaking, you will discover a strength inside you that you never thought existed. That is when transformation begins. Stay just one more moment, just one more breath. When you feel pain, your first reaction is to run. Your first instinct is to escape it, to silence it, to numb it. That is what most people do. They drown their pain with distractions, with alcohol, with endless scrolling, with temporary pleasures. But the Shaolin way teaches something radically different. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Think for a moment, if there was no pain, how would you ever grow? If fire never burned, how would you ever learn to respect its power? If heartbreak never hurt, how would you ever learn what love truly requires? Pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to reveal to you who you are and what you are capable of. In my training, the master would give us exercises that pushed the body beyond its limit. Sometimes it felt like my arms would break or my breath would collapse, but the lesson was never about the body. It was always about the mind. The body screams, "Stop," but the spirit whispers, "Go on." When you continue despite the discomfort, you discover a truth. Pain has limits, but your spirit does not. Life works the same way. Many of you feel the pain of rejection. A girl you loved walked away. A friend betrayed you, or society judged you. Others feel the pain of failure, losing money, losing opportunities, losing time. And some feel the pain of emptiness, that silent voice at night asking, "What am I even living for?" This is where most men give up. They think pain means weakness, but listen carefully. Pain does not mean weakness. Pain means progress. Pain means you are alive, moving, transforming. If you are feeling pain, it means you are not stuck. You are not dead inside. Something is shifting. Something is growing. The problem is not the pain. The problem is how you interpret it. If you say, "This pain is the end," you will collapse. But if you say, "This pain is my teacher," you will rise. Let me give you an image. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. He takes raw metal, rough and ordinary. He places it in the fire until it glows red. Then he hammers it again and again, strike after strike. Fire, hammer, fire, hammer. If the metal could speak, it would cry, "Why are you burning me? Why are you hitting me?" But in the end, that pain turns the metal into a weapon. A sword sharp enough to cut through anything. You are the same. The pain you feel now is the fire and the hammer. Life is forging you into something unbreakable, but only if you allow it, only if you do not run away. So when you feel pain, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" Don't say, "This is unfair." Say, "This is shaping me." The truth is, those who avoid pain remain ordinary. Those who embrace pain become extraordinary. Which one do you want to be? Remember, pain is not your enemy. It is the fire that forges your soul. Most people are prisoners of their feelings. They wake up in the morning and ask, "Do I feel like going to the gym?" If the answer is no, they stay in bed. They sit at their desk and ask, "Do I feel like working?" If the answer is no, they scroll on their phone. They even look at relationships through the lens of feelings. Do I feel like staying committed? And when the feelings fade, so does their loyalty. But Shaolin wisdom teaches something higher than feelings. It teaches discipline. Discipline means you don't wait for your feelings to decide. Discipline means you already decided long before your feelings tried to interfere. In training, there were mornings when the snow covered the ground, when the cold cut through our skin like knives. None of us felt like getting up before dawn. None of us felt like standing in horse stance until our legs shook uncontrollably. But the master reminded us, discipline is doing what must be done whether you feel like it or not. This lesson is not just for martial arts. It is for life. Look at your own journey. How many dreams have you abandoned because you didn't feel like pursuing them? How many times have you stopped halfway because the excitement was gone, because the mood changed, because it became uncomfortable? Feelings are temporary. They come and go like the weather. One day you feel motivated. The next day you feel tired. One day you feel love. The next day you feel doubt. If you build your life on feelings, your life will always be unstable. Discipline is different. Discipline is solid. Discipline is like the ground beneath your feet. No matter what storm passes, it remains unmoved. That is why real success does not belong to the emotional man who chases moods. It belongs to the disciplined man who keeps moving forward regardless of moods. Think of a man building his body. If he goes to the gym only when he feels like it, his muscles will never grow. But if he goes every day, rain or shine, mood or no mood, over time he transforms. This is not about motivation. It is about commitment. Now apply the same to your mind, your relationships, your career. Do you only study when you feel inspired? Do you only remain loyal when it feels exciting? Do you only chase goals when it feels easy? If so, you will never reach greatness. Shaolin monks live by a code: discipline first, feelings second, and the irony is this: when you live with discipline, your feelings eventually align. You feel stronger, more confident, more at peace. But if you wait for feelings first, discipline will never arrive. Understand this truth: greatness is not built on comfort. It is built on consistency. It is built on doing the work day after day, especially when you don't feel like it. The man who learns to master his feelings through discipline becomes unstoppable. Because he is no longer controlled by moods, he is guided by purpose. So ask yourself right now, do you want to be ruled by feelings that change like the wind, or do you want to live with discipline, a foundation that no storm can break? The choice is yours. Feelings make you weak. Discipline makes you free. When people hear the word pain, they immediately think it is something to be avoided. But in Shaolin, pain is not the enemy. Pain is the teacher. Pain is the signal that you are alive, that you are growing, that you are moving beyond your old limits. Without pain, there is no transformation. Think of the body. When you lift a weight that is too heavy, your muscles begin to tear microscopically. It hurts, but this tearing is what makes the muscle rebuild itself stronger. If you stop because of the pain, you remain weak. If you continue despite the pain, you grow powerful. Now look at your life. How many times have you run away from situations because they were uncomfortable, because they hurt your pride, because they tested your patience? Yet every time you ran away, you missed the chance to grow. Every painful experience is a lesson designed to shape you into something greater. The Shaolin monks are trained in pain, long hours of stances that burn the legs, endless repetitions until the arms scream. Meditation in the freezing cold. Why? Because pain reveals what you truly are. Pain strips away comfort, laziness, excuses. Pain shows you what is real. Modern society has taught men to escape pain at all costs, feel bored. Scroll your phone, feel lonely, run into the arms of someone temporary, feel stressed, drink, smoke, distract yourself. But this is how men remain weak. They numb the pain instead of learning from it. Shaolin wisdom says, sit with your pain. Listen to it. Ask, what are you trying to teach me? Because pain always has a lesson. If your heart is broken, pain teaches you the importance of strength within yourself. If you fail in business, pain teaches you to adapt and try again with more wisdom. If you are betrayed, pain teaches you to choose wisely who to trust. There is a saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. What does this mean? It means pain will come to everyone: loss, rejection, failure, challenge. But suffering is when you resist it, when you say, why me? Why now? This is unfair. That resistance creates endless suffering. When you accept pain, when you embrace it, it transforms you instead of destroying you. Remember this: a man who has never faced pain is fragile. One difficulty will break him, but a man who has faced pain and endured it becomes unshakable. His spirit becomes like steel, forged in fire, beaten by the hammer, but indestructible. So if you are in pain right now, do not think you are cursed. Do not think God has abandoned you. Realize that you are in training. Your pain is not punishment, it is preparation. The very thing you are crying about today will become the strength you rely on tomorrow. One day, you will look back and thank your pain, because without it, you would never have become the person you were meant to be. So the next time pain visits you, do not run, bow to it, like we bow to the master in training. Say, teach me, and when you rise again, you will rise stronger than ever before. Many people want success. They want peace, strength, respect, love, but very few people want discipline. And that is why so many lives collapse. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Without it, nothing lasts. At Shaolin, discipline is not something you do only when you feel like it. It is your life. The monk rises before the sun, not because he wants to, but because it is necessary. The body trains even when tired. The mind meditates even when restless. Discipline is not about comfort, it is about alignment. Alignment with the man you want to be. Ask yourself, how many times have you broken promises to yourself? You said you would wake up early, but you slept in. You said you would stop talking to people who waste your energy, but you went back. You said you would start a new routine, but you quit after 3 days. Each time you break your own word, you weaken your spirit. You teach yourself that you cannot be trusted. Discipline is sacred. When you decide something and you follow through, you build inner power. You no longer need outside validation. You no longer need others to push you. You push yourself, and this is where freedom is born. Because the man without discipline is a slave to his feelings. If he feels lazy, he does nothing. If he feels afraid, he hides. If he feels weak, he gives up. But the disciplined man acts regardless of feelings, and because he acts, he transforms. Shaolin wisdom says, discipline is remembering what you want. Remember that carefully. Every morning when you wake up, you must recall why you are alive, what path you have chosen, and what kind of man you want to be. If you forget, the world will distract you, seduce you, and lead you away. But if you remember, you stay unshakable. Do not think discipline means a joyless life. On the contrary, it creates freedom. Imagine a river with no banks. The water spills everywhere, chaotic, weak, but when the river has discipline, strong banks, the water flows powerfully, carving valleys, giving life. Your life is the same. Without boundaries, you waste your strength. With discipline, you focus your power. And remember this, discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect. It is saying to yourself, I am worth the effort. My future is worth the sacrifice. My spirit is worth the fight. Every time you choose discipline, you honor yourself. Yes, discipline will cost you. You will lose friends who don't understand your path. You will miss parties. You will wake up when others are sleeping. You will sweat while others relax. But what you gain cannot be measured. A mind that is sharp, a body that is strong, and a spirit that no storm can shake. So do not wait until you feel ready. That day will never come. Begin now, begin small. Make one promise today and keep it. Then another tomorrow, step by step, you will build a foundation of discipline so solid that even when life throws chaos at you, you will not collapse. Discipline is the silent force behind every strong man, every successful warrior, every fulfilled human being. Without it, your dreams remain fantasies. With it, your dreams become inevitable. So remember, when motivation fades, when excitement disappears, when the world feels heavy, discipline will save you. When life becomes heavy, when everything feels against you, There is one thing that keeps a man standing: his heart. Not the physical organ, but the spirit within. This is what I call the warrior's heart. It is not about fighting others. It is about fighting for yourself, your purpose, your dignity. Too many people today collapse at the first sign of struggle. A small rejection, and they question their worth. A little failure, and they throw away their dreams. One heartbreak, and they never love again. This is not strength. This is weakness disguised as sensitivity. The warrior's heart does not break so easily. It bends, it feels pain, but it does not shatter. At Shaolin, the warrior's heart is trained through hardship. When the body trembles, when the breath burns, when the legs cannot carry you anymore, that is when the heart must rise. Because strength is not measured by how you perform when life is easy, but by how you endure when everything inside you wants to quit. Ask yourself, when you are tested, do you rise or do you collapse? When people betray you, do you harden into bitterness, or do you stand taller, wiser, and more compassionate? When life gives you pain, do you use it as fuel, or do you drown in it? The warrior's heart always chooses to rise. But here is the secret: the warrior's heart is not about never feeling fear. It is about moving forward despite fear. It is not about never falling. It is about standing up again, even if you fall 1,000 times. It is not about being invincible. It is about refusing to surrender. This kind of heart is not given to you at birth. It must be forged like steel in fire. And the fire is your suffering. Every disappointment, every failure, every tear you shed, this is the fire. You can let it consume you, or you can let it transform you. Steel cannot be shaped without fire, neither can your spirit. Understand this. The world does not need more soft men who run from hardship. The world needs warriors of the heart, men who can love deeply, yet remain unbroken, men who can fight fiercely, yet remain disciplined, men who can face the storms of life and still carry peace within. This is rare. This is true power. So how do you build such a heart? Begin by accepting that pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher. Every struggle sharpens you. Every loss deepens you. Every betrayal strengthens your wisdom. Do not run from them. Face them. Learn from them. Transform through them. And remember, the warrior's heart is not selfish. It does not grow strong only for itself. It grows strong to protect, to guide, to inspire. Your strength is not only for you. It is for those who look up to you, those who walk beside you, those who depend on you. When your heart grows, you become a light in the darkness for others. Never forget, the warrior's heart beats in silence. No need for loud words, no need for constant display. Its strength is quiet, but when tested, it shakes mountains. So when life asks you, are you ready to quit? Let your heart answer, no. I was born to rise. I was born to endure. I was born to win. That is the warrior's way. That is the Shaolin way. If you are standing at the edge of giving up, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath. Look at everything you have already survived, the storms, the heartbreaks, the failures, yet you are still here. That means you are stronger than you think. Life is not meant to be fair. Life is meant to train you. And maybe right now you feel tired, broken, and alone. But this is the exact moment that defines you. Anyone can continue when life is smooth. But only warriors continue when life is fire. Do not let your dreams die in silence. Do not bury your potential because of fear. The universe has not brought you this far just to abandon you. There is meaning behind your suffering. There is growth hidden inside your struggle. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and realize this pain was the turning point. So rise again, do not quit. The path is not easy, but you were never meant to live easy. You were meant to live meaningful. If this message spoke to you, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. Let it be the spark for someone else's fire. And before you go, remember to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone who is on the edge of giving up. You might save a life today.